back for you. Although I love my new one, I like to pull that one out of my ass every now and then. Just for old time's sake. Tonight is a very unstructured show tonight. Not much that I felt like putting in the foreground as far as like a topic goes, but you know what? I'm here. It's Wednesday, and I had some extra time, so let's talk. Welcome to. I know I've pretty much moved away from the semi-owned riders or Midnight Express, but once again, I just didn't feel like doing much today in regards to like work, so I didn't. Let's say hi to the chat. Where's Clint with his duck? No, okay. I don't know where Brad is. Yeah, lady, I'm gonna need you guys to pick up the pace. Yeah, I watched the show the other day, and I'm like, I came in looking for stuff, so still, I gotta keep things in there for your burglar to come take. I mean, you gotta spice up the conversation there. Hello, Antonio Baker. I almost ordered a fat burger tonight. But I think I might save that for Saturday night. I think I might save that for next week. I don't know. It's one of those accomplishment meals. Which version of Knight Rider? The remake or the Knight Rider 2000 with the Mustang? How you doing, Silent Forgotten? Yeah, I know we got Agatha all along. I started watching that while getting ready for the show. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. I don't think I'm gonna watch the whole thing tonight. I know Twilight of the Gods hits tonight. We are going to have. I'm in the process of making the thumbnail right now, and I'm going to upload it for you guys to see. This Saturday, we were going to air all of the episodes in a fundraising effort. So we're going to be, all 8 episodes. They're roughly about a half hour piece. So we're going to be watching those on Saturday at about 1 o'clock. We're going to start the marathon so that we're over about 4 or 5. During that time, I'm hoping to get us to the overall goal of 20,000. Right now, I think we're at like 7 something. Hold on. I'll pull up all the stuff. I'll have it ready for you guys tonight because I'm in the process of making the event. So we are going to do a mini marathon of Twilight of the Gods, and during that time, I'm hoping to get us to our $20,000. We're at 17 something right now. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. All right, so I'm going to sign in because we have 2 different campaigns. Obviously, we had the original one we raised $15,500 on. So we're basically continuing. We're tacking along with that. And let's see where we're at. Okay, dismiss. Don't care about that. All right, so right now we are at $1,500 and or $15,800. So I don't know if 20,000 is. I mean, that would leave us with. I should be able to do this math, and that would leave us with about 4,100. Might be a little bit tough, but whatever we can get. And let's see, campaign. And there is the. I'm going to put it in the Paste. There we go. Bam. There's a link if you want to donate right now. But like I said, this Saturday afternoon will be the AFSP Twilight of the Gods marathon. We will watch the entire series. I'm not a binge watching guy. You guys know that from. But at the same time, for this specific, charity, I think it's a good way to keep us on the air long enough. There is the thumbnail for that, and by midnight or so, or by early tomorrow, there will be the event itself will be set up. And also, for those of you who are going to be watching the Penguin, we're going to do a watch party. I thought it was tonight. I for some reason I thought Penguin was tonight, and I had set up an event, everything, because I was going to watch it live, but turns out I will not be. I will be indisposed tomorrow when it comes to watching it live. So I'm going to watch it at 11:30, and I'm going to put the link to our watch party for that in the chat. So let's see, bam, there we go. So I'm all ready for you guys, all ready to do the watch party. So live in 24 hours, literally just over 24 hours from now. So we are going to watch Penguin episode 1 premiere. So if you guys want to wait to watch it with us, cool. If you don't, cool. I mean, like I said, I had planned on doing it live, but I just really I'm used to these streaming shows hitting at midnight unless it's on, unless it's a Sunday night shows, which the Penguin will eventually be a Sunday show. So it's throwing me off the 6 p.m. start time. So there you go. Hello, Ruth. How you doing? Yeah, we're gonna do it tomorrow, 11:30. Actually, a little bit. Yeah, we'll start at 11:30. I was gonna do it 5:45 if I was live because I was gonna, give people time to sync up and everything else. But like I said, since it's tomorrow, or actually, just Thursday, I'm gonna go ahead and just roll right into it, and then we'll do like a small after discussion afterwards. Also, we'll cover it. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to cover. We're gonna cover it, Twilight of the Gods. Obviously, after we watch it, I'll probably have watched Agatha. If I can make it through the 2 episodes, if it's good, I'll keep going. Otherwise, I'll bring on somebody to talk about that. If I'm not qualified to talk about it because I haven't watched it, I will bring someone on. Like when we do Lois, Superman and Lois, I don't think I'll be watching that show this season. I'm just kind of like done with it. But Brad obviously watches that show, so we can bring him on to talk about that. So. Salem's Lot's another one. Salem's Lot's Max, right? HBO Max, Azteca. So yeah, we got a lot to cover. So are we clear to discuss anything in particular tonight? Do I still have to...
Not quite yet. We've got about an hour and 15 minutes before we can do that. In fact, I was hoping you hadn't done that before I came on.
Nah, I almost did because I'm like, well, what would the point of getting us? I don't know. That's just me. I'm new to all that.
Yeah, so there's something we can, we want to talk about that we can't for a little bit longer here, guys. So you gotta bear with us.
Well, that pretty much told them. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're watching. I don't think the people that would have a problem with that are watching. Looks like ACS finally met Zack Snyder and got his little shirt autograph. I saw that. I thought he was going to go in shirtless and just get one of his pecs signed and get a tattoo or something. Oh, well. So, yeah, we are at $300 for this particular campaign for Twilight of the Gods. But, like I said, that's a total of $15,800 that we've raised. So we're at, like I said, we're about $4,000 away from $20,000. I don't know what we're going to pull in on Saturday, but I'm going to have some fun doing it. That's.
I mean, who's better qualified, right?
I heard all about all this when it comes to I don't. It didn't. It's not going to affect me. I mean, it's the Penguin. I never call him by his real name anyway. So.
I mean, he's called Oz in the movie, so I mean, his first line is "Hey, I'm Oz." So,
dude, you need to go to the allergy doctor and have your sinuses drained, motherfucker.
no,
you need to have them put with that little thing where they shoot that shit up your nose. And, what is that? Just what is that? There's a word for it, but you need it. Yeah, I finally found somebody who has worse allergies than me. Or are you just? Is it allergies for you?
No, it's just all the crap the kids bring.
You're still in that eternal cold, so you basically have like an eternal cold. Then you're never gonna. Since you're always teaching kids, you're always gonna have that. You're always gonna have something coming along. You have to wear fucking one of them tap suits, chemical suits. Stay away from me, little kids. Hey, Diggs, by the way, he's in Twitter. I'm off to work. Hope you guys have an awesome watch party and the day ahead. Yeah. The watch parties will start tomorrow, 11:30. Like I said, I thought it was going to be quicker. I thought it was tonight. I don't know why I thought it was tonight, but
you got me a little bit confused about that when you put up the thumbnail.
Yeah, I had to adjust the thumbnail because I'm like, but like I said, it's weird because they generally don't. Some streamers do it at midnight. Like certain things are going to be at midnight, certain things are at prime time. But I'm like, it's confusing because streaming is usually midnight, but HBO does it differently because they have HBO proper as well. So they're going to air it. It's going to air there, but it's not going to matter. I have a feeling we're going to have a significant amount of people watching it with us tomorrow. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. Unless, do you have anything you wanted to talk about? Because I just basically...
I do. I just can't talk about it yet.
That too. But yeah. Obviously, we're not going to go too deep into the 300 thing because we had already covered that.
Yeah, it's coming straight from the horse's mouth. That's 100% confirmed that yes, that is Zach's next project. He will be it's the 300 prequel series that was announced, I think, back at the end of May, and he's returning to direct that. This is being made with Warner Brothers, so that there's definitely stuff that can and will be read into that.
Even though it's like I said, if you take away the fanboy logic, these things happen every single moment of every single day.
Yeah. I think, and the one thing and I'm not fully clear on with it is that is this going to be it's a Warner Brothers produced series? Is it still going to involve Netflix? Is it going to be like released on HBO Max or is it going to be like they produce it but then they just license it to Netflix?
I would assume that this one's going to stay with HBO Max.
That's what I'm thinking, but
because that's a no risk, that's a low risk IP. 300 is a low risk IP, and if it's on Max, then it's see, the other management considered Sandman a high risk IP because they didn't really understand what they had. But things like 300, things like Gladiator type stuff, I think they'll keep it. But that's just, they could put it on. They could put it, but I don't. I mean, I'm thinking it's going to end up on Max, but that's with no information. I'm just pulling that out of my ass.
I mean, we'll see what happens with all that. But of course, obviously, what I was mentioning earlier, the thing that can and will be read into that is that Zack Snyder, as our audience and many people are no doubt aware, had kind of a falling out with Warner Brothers about 7 years ago.
All those people are gone.
Yes, that's definitely a big factor. Whether the individuals specifically or in the position of leadership of Warner Brothers, they are no longer at the studio, so that obviously helps massively. Now, one thing this did occur to me, and I did want to bring it up, is because we talked a lot on here about Warner Bros. Discovery being in not so great shape with their stock in the toilet and the general direction of the company, and like we said, we feel the writing is pretty much on the wall that another merger or sale is on the horizon within another year or so. And we've also said that I think you gave the timeline. You think in another year and a half they'll start doing like a lot of significant amount of licensing out to other studios, other streamers. So one thing that did kind of occur to me, and I did want to ask you about this, is because we've said that's part of why we're not investing a lot emotionally, attention-wise into the DCU and things like that. But with all that said, it's like, how would you say that impacts 300. Because it's with the studio. So
It's not. It's a miniseries. It's not going to have that much of an impact as far as like it's a cool IP to have, but it's not. It's not Superman. It's not Batman. Nobody incoming is going to see 300 as the same level of asset that a Superman or a Batman or Wonder Woman or Green Lantern are. So it's just a different level. In regards to the Warner Brothers situation, he's made some moves that have helped him out lately. The Charter deal helps give 6 million extra subscribers to HBO Max. That also helps with their some of the properties that they're trying to push out. The stock went up. I forget what
it's not double digits, though.
Yeah, it's not a double digit, and it's still expected to wrap up the year at about $12. But that's a massive improvement of what they were doing and where they were. I still think they got a long road ahead. There's half the industry thinking, hey, David Zaslav may have got found something that can turn these things around. Other analysts are like, where's the revenue coming from? Where's the volume coming from? Which is echoed in what I'm always saying. It's like, yeah, you have these things that you're doing, but where's the volume, coming from as far as like, okay, 6 million subscribers. You, in my opinion, should have had a lot more subscribers already at the beginning had this been launched properly, but that's a different story. Where's the revenue as far as the output goes, as far as you're having, enough films out there to make money on, having enough IPs out there to farm out. All I have right now is Creature Commandos, Superman, and some other stuff that's in development. To me, as a stockholder, that's just not enough. I don't see where that's generating the kind of money that you need, outside of licensing things out and just being a distributor. But even then, it's like you're behind billions. It's like, who's going to take the drag off of that stock?
Would you still expect there to be another sale or merger, even if the stock does go up back to double digits?
It all depends on revenue. It all depends on what their quarterly revenue is. If their quarterly revenue remains what it is, then because there's eventually you can only carry that much debt for so long before people start selling off.
Well, I mean, again, like they're just recently, like it was like a month ago, the quarterly earnings report, they were $10 billion. Their value is $10 billion below what they thought it was. So that's not good. So
yeah, and if that were to happen again, like I said, it's going to be a problem because your stockholder people, you're going to have a sell off, and if you have a sell off, that devalues the stock. And then now you're looking at bankruptcy and things like that you don't want to do because you start losing control of assets. So it's a complicated situation. I guess it's a 50-50 proposition right now. Some analysts see them as making it through, others do not. So there you go.
Yeah, again, and that's the problem with this company is that it's always like you go either way with them.
Well, even without all that, the people in position now need to make better decisions. Regardless of who's coming after them, the people who are there now have to make some better decisions, have to make some critical decisions with their IP. I'm encouraged what I see when I see people got all, their panties in a bunch. Or when James Gunn said, well, the Penguin is the first thing from DC Studios. That doesn't mean it's under him. That's just the label that they've given it. It's the first thing being distributed under there. He admittedly had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Well, Superman, the Christopher Reeve documentary too, that's being distributed. They weren't involved with the production of it.
Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of everything being under DC Studios. I think that there are certain things I don't want James Gunn near. And there are certain things I don't think James Gunn should be near. Because once he crosses into these things, it's just going to be hate. And there are certain things I think there's certain ground that I think should be fertile for other big name people to come in and do something Earl Searles type without having, like I said, I don't know a lot of top tier directors like that are at the level that you want to work on projects like this that are going to want to answer to anybody other than the actual, CEO executive level. You know what I mean? I can't see, a top tier guy. Like I said, I don't see it now with Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves, it may be under DC Studios. Matt Reeves doing whatever the hell he wants or he walks. So you're going to have those type of people. And where are you going to put them? You going to put them in the DCU? What if what they do don't fit with that? And I still want to hear those stories. So I don't like having everything under one person. I don't care whether it's James Gunn or anybody else. I don't think there should be one person over everything outside. So say if, these connected universe films, yeah, let that guy. That guy's the runner of that one. But if somebody, there's a lot of egos involved in Hollywood. There's just going to be a lot of people who are, I'm this guy. I have Oscars. I have Emmys. I have all these things, and I don't need anybody looking over my shoulder type of situation. So it's going to be interesting to see when that happens.
Antonio says the road will be much clearer and less cloudy once I sell this company. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, I don't know when that's going to happen. I think it's going to happen sooner than later. But then again, you also have to have somebody who wants the company.
I think I agree. If they have another like quarterly earnings report that's similar to the last one, it's like, oh yeah, that's like if they have that twice in a row, it's like, okay, this is like,
well, somebody's going to be investigated right now. You're already going to have some things get investigated simply because that's borderline fraud. But,
yeah. But anyway, going back to the kind of the news of the day, which of course Zach confirming he worked on. I would imagine it's because again it's a prequel series, so
which I wish it were something else.
Well, no, see, I think I imagine it's going to be like titled like 300, like Rise of Leonidas or something. It'll probably like focus on his origins, maybe like some of his early military exploits, before the events seen in the movie.
Yeah, I'm just not a prequel guy anymore. I'm a forward-thinking guy. I'm going to watch the hell out of this. But
well, the thing about it is too, like 300, the story of the 300 Spartans. You're kind of even though you are telling a fictionalized version of it, you still are kind of boxed in a little bit in terms of like your narrative, linear momentum, because it's like you've told that story already. So it's like, okay, what do you do after that? And we saw they did a sequel, some other characters, and but again, you can only like go in the future so much. So I'd imagine like the prequel idea is kind of part of Zach's thinking on that. And he's talked about like wanting to do like 300 style like other period movies, like one about George Washington and things like that. So that's I think that's kind of the part of his basis for it. But yes, bringing it back to kind of what we were talking about before, as William said, these falling outs and bridges being burned, these happen in the business all the time, but fences get mended a lot. People who swear off working at certain companies or in certain roles or this or that, that's people backtrack that all the time if there's an enticing enough agreement put out for that. So this is like there are a different set of people running the company now than the people who really screwed him over on the initial Justice League shoot, and really even when his version was coming out. And to kind of tap into, been on the elephant in the room. We're not going to dwell on this too much, but on the elephant in the room with that, I just can't envision a scenario where they haven't behind the scenes now the greenlit that said, yeah, your fans are begging for this.
I don't even think it came up in the conversation, to be honest with you. I don't think.
And I'm not when I say that. I'm not saying that like it's like let's get this rolling like ASAP. I'm just saying like they're aware. There's no way
they're aware, but I don't think that. I think when these two sides got together for 300, I don't think this came up at all.
Well, he even said not in this interview, but another one. I think he kind of indicated they came to him about wanting to do this.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he probably. Yeah, I would, like I said, let's have him get this done, get this going, and get some leverage back with the company. He's got a new audience now. Let's see how this goes, and then we'll go from there. I be honest with you, I think I do think if there's a studio available for him to make anything, I don't know how long the Netflix thing. I know Netflix is giving him a lot of freedom. Yeah. But I don't see depending on what the product is, Warner Brothers not giving him that freedom. So.
Yeah, well, again, I think the big thing to take away from this is that this is a pretty clear indication that that there is an attempt being made at mending fences and healing old wounds. And
here's the thing though. Hold on, because these people involved haven't fought any of those battles, so they don't have those scars. It may just have been, hey, dude, I like your stuff. Are you available?
Well, and he's even like in the lead up to like the Full Circle event, like specifically, Pam Abdi and Michael DeLuca are the Warner Brothers co-chairs right now. He spoke very highly of them because he said they helped facilitate that. He talked about how they were very kind and accommodating and went out of their way to just really give it all the bells and whistles. So he's already, even like long before this, he's already on good terms with them specifically.
Well,
so,
they have a good reputation, which is why
yeah, they do,
I don't like the way the situation was handled with them, because they do have a good reputation.
We're talking about like the Cavill and
I thought that once they started moving in a certain direction, theirs shouldn't have been completely blown up, even if it wasn't going to be followed through. It should have been handled a lot better than that.
Yeah, a lot of people but that we can all agree on, I think. So, but you've already said like they should have, Zaslav should have taken them and gone aside to say, okay, you guys, you wrap this up, you prep your thing.
And I'm not going to, drop 1.5 billion on promoting movies that I've already announced that are dead.
Yeah, I think ultimately, if you are an advocate or somebody who wants to see what he started with that particular universe, the ending to that, the resolution, the conclusion, however you want to put it, wrapped up, I think ultimately the fact, him working with the studio again, does that help or hurt the chances of that? Even though it's not DC related, but it's with the studio again, does that help or hurt that chances? I would say it helps.
I would say neither at this point. Right now, it does neither.
No, we'd rather that than it hurts.
I'd say you're right at status quo. And once it happens and we see where it goes and we see how it's received by them or whoever them is, then I think then you can revisit the situation and be like, okay, well, I think we might have some leverage here, and then you got to start hearing about conversations and stuff. But for the most part, like I said, just give me the comic. Just give me the comic. Give me the comic.
That's going to
duck.
When are you going to change that? Oh, when are you going to change that?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Never. But to go on this Warner Brothers Discovery discussion, Brad, you read an article a few weeks ago, if not a couple months ago, that went into the percentages of the business that was doing its thing. Yeah. And the movie part of it was doing well. It was up 17% from whatever. Yeah. Or it was Warner Brothers. Yeah. And I've been saying in the chat a couple times, but it's been ignored by either one of you, is that I think the problem with Warner Brothers is the D. Everything you read about the Discovery was down percentage. But everything you read that was Warner Brothers, the movie, was up.
Well, the revenue generator is not Discovery. Discovery is incapable of generating the kind of revenue.
So if Discovery got sold off,
it would make no difference. They're not worth that much anymore.
Go
ahead.
But you sell it off, so it's no longer a drag on the Warner Brother movie business.
That's not the drag on. See, the problem is that's not the drag. The drag is.
That's not what the article said.
No, I read the article.
Am I lying about it? Or
no,
am I misinterpreting?
I'm interpreting you. Hold on, time out. No, Clay. The Warner Brothers, this Discovery part of them is not going to have a significant difference. That's everywhere. They could sell it off tomorrow. A, it's not worth anything. It's not worth versus the risk reward. B, it never generated that kind of income. The only reason why they were able to buy Warner Brothers is because Warner Brothers was devalued. All right. The problem with the mistake you can't do is they're the parent company. So you would have to merge and then sell off Discovery's assets, but they're not worth enough to make a drop in the bucket. Warner right now, as a company sits, Discovery's existence doesn't mean anything either way. Those shows, those things don't mean anything. They're low liability, they're low leverage. So that's why the conversation goes back to the theatrical and there's a subscription, the HBO, the higher tier stuff, because that's where the value goes. The company goes where those assets go. Nothing else. Whether it's Max, whether it's the studios, or whether it's licensing IPs, that is where the company goes. Discovery, unfortunately, doesn't have any significance in where the company goes, whether it goes up or down, because its drag is minuscule to the drag of the actual IP, theatrical licensing, etc. Its upside has no significance because of the size of it and the volume of it that they can produce. You're talking about a company that may produce millions with an asset portfolio that needs to produce billions. So unfortunately, it's just really nothing. It's like having somebody around that just doesn't make a difference. They put themselves in that position, but yeah, at this point in time, Discovery's part in it is just I don't see it as being mathematically relevant to whereas
Hey,
so it would have to be Warner Brothers films, the DC licensing. Those are going to be the ones that have the asset value. I mean, and I read the article, but yeah, there was nothing that. Yeah, it gives you percentages, but when you realize that they're part of one company now, and where the value of that company has to be in order for them to not be in debt, and it's not on the Discovery side.
Well, it's one corporation, not a company.
Well, it's a corporation, but it's an umbrella. It's an umbrella with
Well, yeah, corporations have companies in them.
Yeah, but the Discovery part is where does that sound after they were the ones that made the purchase? Is just not the part of the company that means anything.
Antonio says Discovery had $1,000 in their pocket and went to an expensive ass restaurant where they didn't have the money to eat off the menu.
Yeah, and nobody wanted the company. Here's the thing that allowed that is they made that sell to Discovery happen. Nobody wanted this company.
Yeah, well, yeah, AT&T. I mean, the merger with them had been like, I think it happened like 2 years. I mean, it was a swift turnaround, like from their merger to when they. I mean, it's easy to read that when like AT&T does the merger with Warner Brothers, and then 2 years later, it's easy to read that as them saying, "We've had enough of this. You guys, you want them, you take them."
Yeah, and there's nobody, and now you have a situation where, once again, in order to have a merger, somebody else, you're going to have somebody with super deep pockets that can say, "Well, 29 billion, 39 billion in debt, we can eat that. We can eat that for lunch." But you have to get even a company like that is going to be like, "Well, I'm going to wait till it goes down low enough to where."
Where the stocks are really, really low, basically.
Yeah, why overpay if you don't have to?
Something like, let's say 3 cents, 4 cents, right?
Yeah,
$4.
Well, I think 5. Like I said, right now, I think their analyst said it could hit 12. If it hits 12, then you could really take a sigh of relief because that's $5 above. But it has to
because think about though, it's going. Think about that though. It's like it's a sigh of relief for it to get to 12 when like back in 2021 it was at a high point of 77.
Yeah, but you also have to realize that that company's assets were backed up by AT&T. So that stock price is you can't, it's hard to compare that stock price because it was backed up by AT&T. This stock price is backed up by Discovery and then Warner Brothers debt. So
pretty much what I just said, Antonio.
Wow, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't just start raging when you said the words AT&T.
Nah. They've not been on my radar. Other people have been on my radar today, but Dell Computers, you're in the process of fixing things with me, but today you started my day off wrong. All right, so Friday, there's going to be two things. One of two things that happens on Friday. I'm going to be telling people, you know what, Dell took care of me. Or fuck you guys up. So. Anyway, but no, unfortunately, like I said, it's the company that nobody really wants right now in a really hard market for these things. Now they are still making moves though. Like they after losing NBA, which I still can't believe I'm saying that out loud.
Yeah,
they made sure that they didn't lose AEW, and they made sure that they got that charter deal because there was a sense of urgency there. So, like I said, I still think it will be better if one of these big companies bought it, because I think they would have enough money to actually exploit everything. Like right now, you're having to cut costs and can't do this, can't do that because you don't have any money. Another company would be like, you know what, let's do what we need to do.
I mean, best case scenario, company wise, either would be Apple or Amazon.
Apple, Amazon, or Microsoft.
Yeah, because again, they can I mean, they have like.
Trillions. Two of those companies are trillions.
They have the definition of disposable income.
Problem is with Microsoft though is they've already acquired 2 other studios right now, which is Activision and Blizzard, right?
Yeah,
for
but those
them
aren't
to-
theatrical. Those aren't theatrical, so those wouldn't. I mean, that might. I mean, financially, that might mean something to them, but they could literally buy a solar system. But as far as like antitrust and things like that, those don't count against you as far as like studios goes, like monopolies and fair play goes, because they operate on, they exist on different planes. So you should be fine there if they wanted it. I would rather see Amazon do it because I think Amazon has platforms and they need content. They don't skimp. They're about to give me Blade Runner. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan, but Clint is. Look at the investment that they made in that. They once they get something that they invest in it. They don't pick and save on it. So I would like it to be Amazon. But I just want it to be somebody besides what it is right now, because I just, like I said, I think that you need some new heads in town. But no, that's just me. He must be having internet issues or something.
Yeah.
Hey
Yeah,
guys.
open panel. Yeah.
Yeah. Rhea, what's up?
Yeah, I was bored, and I was, like I said,
Any screwed up the dates on when the Penguin starts. So.
It's
Well,
not
that's
William's fault. It's not William's fault, so don't worry.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean-
Well, of course, it's just blame Brad. Even if it's
No,
now
it's not blame Brad. It's not blame.
They really. I don't like that.
It always
release
is blame Brad.
Yeah, I don't like that. That release strategy is very confusing because it's not even going to be a Thursday show. It's going to be a Sunday show.
Yeah.
So, but I'm looking forward to it. I think everything that I've seen from it. I know some people who've seen it. They say it's spectacular. So we're going to watch it tomorrow night. Friday's watch party is going to be the full. The entire run of Twilight of the Gods, which is only going to take us a little bit under 4 hours. But that will be Saturday. I'm sorry.
That
Saturday.
comes out on Friday, right?
When it
Twilight
comes
of the
out,
Gods comes out in about less than 45
an
minutes.
hour.
About 45 minutes. So.
it'll be on Netflix.
Yeah, then we'll have our charity stream for American Foundation. This is Suicide Prevention Week, Suicide Prevention Month. But obviously, we don't wait around until September for us to make our moves. We've been doing this shit since last year. And my goal is to get us from 15.8 to 20 grand. Like I said, we never know what happens once we open up the spigot, but we'll have some fun with it. What else we got? I want to fit Matrix Reloaded somewhere, and I might do that Friday night. Friday night.
It's gonna be weird doing because it's like I'm sure you're just only gonna cut off like Matrix watch party wise after Reloaded, right? Because
the third one is not my favorite, but it is necessary. Even though I thought they should have done a better job.
I was gonna say forget Matrix. Like you guys want to do Equilibrium instead with Christian Bale?
I didn't want to do Equilibrium when Equilibrium came out.
Oh, don't tell me you aren't a fan of Gun Kata, man.
Dude, it's awesome, man. That's the better version of the Matrix. I'm sorry, guys.
I wouldn't quite
I'm
laugh
with
for Cappy.
Oh wow, that was wow.
We lost connection.
I'm sorry. As someone who thinks that the Matrix is overrated, I much prefer Equilibrium by a mile.
I think the problem. I don't hate Equilibrium. I just didn't feel like. I mean, halfway through the movie, I'm like looking at my. And this is when I wore a watch. I'm looking at my watch. I just felt lost in that movie for some reason. It wasn't for me, but. I don't feel like doing a watch party for it. That's for damn sure.
I'll put up money for it. Once you do the charity, I'll put up money for it. So yeah, we'll do it.
You're never Chappie. You can put up like $10 billion. We will never do a watch party for a spoof movie again. I can assure you that. Okay.
No, don't worry. I won't.
Equilibrium's not a spoof.
I'm just making that clear. Okay, the scary movie days are behind us.
There's another movie that I thought that in that era, in that 5-year period, that I thought was overrated, and people just told me it was the greatest thing, like Equilibrium, and I'm like, okay, sure. Strange Days.
Mm-hmm.
Strange Days was one movie that I just never grabbed me the way it grabbed everybody else. So I'm like, all right.
Another movie that didn't grab me like you was Wolf Creek. I remember when everyone made a big deal about Wolf Creek, and
because it was based on a true story, and for that era, it was kind of brutal. It could have been. I tell you what, based on what the real guy did, Wolf Creek was G-rated. If they actually depict what the dude did, ask Aaron. The guy who did all that stuff, he did far worse than you saw in that movie. And what you saw in that movie was pretty graphic. There's another pretty graphic movie. That Megan is missing. There's another one that the girls that were on social media and get kidnapped. That movie was kind of graphic, but there's worse things that happen to those people in real life. But the movies just like touch on it. you know. So, but like I said, what was like I said, no Matrix. I think like I said, Matrix 3. Matrix, what was it? Matrix
Matrix
Revolution.
Reloaded.
Revolution. No, Reloaded was 2. Reloaded was the best of the series.
Yeah.
The thing about 3 is like there was just so much to explain, and they just chose the wrong tools to explain it. That was very confusing.
The Wachowskis just didn't do it. Sorry, they just didn't do a good job at it though. That was
No,
the problem. They
the
didn't know how they
explanation was
executed
there.
the whole world.
Yeah, well, not in 3 they didn't. 3 it slows down to just a lesson.
Well, even 2 is kind of a step down, and I'm not even a big fan of 1, but
Yeah.
like you can definitely tell that it's definitely dipped a little bit. But
2 is
not
a step
even the
up.
Wachowskis could like understand their world more than George Lucas with the prequels. So
2
No,
is a step up.
You know,
2
it's
is
interesting
amazing.
too talking about the Matrix because you know, I remember like by Mr. Stephen Colbert. He's a big fan of Speed Racer, and he's actually
I
on a
hate a
podcast.
speed racer.
I remember him talking about it on a podcast he was on a while back, and he was kind of talking there about some of the trajectory of the Wachowskis' career. And Steve, you're watching. I'm kind of poaching your talk there. And it's sort of occurred. And one thing he mentioned there is that the Wachowskis, you know, they're kind of unique among directors in that, you know, it's like, I mean, they really, I mean, I hate to say they've been like a one-hit wonder, but I mean, like, really, the Matrix really kind of has defined their career, and they really have had just kind of post Matrix, even including the Matrix, to you know, with one of its installments, that really just had just a series of just nothing but just bombs, and they
I could
just keep.
say
They
my
keep
favorite
getting,
film from them is definitely Cloud Atlas. I think
Well,
I think that's their best film.
but they, you know, they're kind of like a rarity, and they keep getting a chance to
Yeah.
go back and get like $200 million budgets on the
Well, even
the chance they
Jupiter's
might make the
Ascending, like
next
even that was a
Matrix.
big failure. Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like developed like a cult following, I think. But I was kind
Yeah.
of interested, I kind of thought I'd ask everybody, like, what is, other than the Matrix, what would you say is your favorite thing the Wachowskis have done? You know,
That's
it's
it.
like really.
That's it.
I did.
I was gonna say Cloud Atlas.
I kind of got into Sense8, their Netflix show.
That's it. It's 2.5 Matrix movies, and that's it for me. We're never fucking watching this movie.
Martyrs?
This
I think I know
movie
it.
is so fucked up. This movie is so.
No, one movie I saw recently that was really bad was of the Monsters from Rob Zombie. That was awful. That was not good.
This one here, the way Martyrs ends is over the top gross, but yeah, we're not watching that. I might as well watch Ichi the Killer if I ever dive into that kind of shit.
Yeah,
we
the
gotta do
Matrix.
We'll
Well,
definitely
go ahead,
do-
Clint. Go ahead. You went first.
The Matrix is a philosophical movie wrapped around a kung fu movie.
Well, it's
It's
post-apocalyptic too.
No, it's more of a philosophy movie about choices and free will and
I
stuff
get you,
like
but
that.
it's absolutely post-apocalyptic.
I don't even put it in post-apocalyptic because that's not the
Really?
environment. Here's the thing that's about it. Yes, it's that is the ultimate setting, but the movie itself is stripped away of all that. You don't see that. You're not in a post-apocalyptic environment for most of the movie, unless you're outside of the Matrix, which is for the first 2 movies, like 15% of the entire time until you get to 3 and you spend so much time out in the dreaded world. But the premise of the Matrix it is basically coming down to what's real, what's not real, what means, and all. It's a thinking man's movie for sure. But post-apocalyptic, the third, maybe Revolutions, maybe because you see the environment, but you're not in post-apocalyptic.
Like one of my favorite shots in Revolutions, really in the whole series, is when Neo and Trinity, when they're in the Nebuchadnezzar and they're flying away from the machines, they fly up through the clouds and they fly above the clouds and they see the sun, they see the sky, and Trinity just says beautiful. And the impact of that scene is the fact that because they're in the real world and what happened with Machine War, they're probably the first human beings to see the sun and the sky, like the real sun and the sky, and probably like at least 200 years.
Yeah, because they never really tell you. They never really give you. They gave you a vague timeline, but they never pinned themselves down to.
What did you think of Resurrections, though?
I thought it sucked.
It was okay.
I probably mellowed on it since then, but it's like I enjoyed it more at the time.
It was okay. I mean,
like,
it was definitely
I-
the best sequel out of the two, but it's still not
Okay.
that good to
You
be
just
honest.
came on here to just fuck things up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest with
You were
myself.
not. You were screwing with me right now. That was not the best sequel of the Matrix.
I just said sort of is the best. I'm not saying it's great, but it was just okay. That's just what I'm trying to say.
I watched it for free and wanted compensation back for my time. That's how bad it was. I was like, this is a horrible idea. Once you get over the horrible idea to even make the movie, once you get past that and dive into the movie, it's once again Jen Henwick, wasted performance by her, wasted performance by everybody in the movie. That Mr. Smith just didn't do anything for me. There were so many things that era is just
Well,
not there.
isn't that because they couldn't get back Hugo Weaving?
He
that's why
probably
they
looked at the
replaced it?
script and said, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah,
The
he
thing
probably was
that,
like,
they
nah.
couldn't. Also, they couldn't get Morris Fishburne back because didn't he turn it down or something?
A lot of the smart people have said,
No, but the thing is, Hugo Weaving probably saw the script and was like, "Nah, I'm done, man. After the
Yeah.
three films, after 3 or 4 films. I'm not gonna do another one, right?"
there was no more story to tell there.
Well, Hugo Weaving
Yeah.
was like he's very straightforward about like with his voicing of Megatron. He's very straightforward. He's like, yeah, I just kind of show up and they give him the script and I do my thing. But it's like he'll tell you when he thinks it's either it's just a job or even if it's something that he has a lot of attachment to. It's like when it's run its course, he said, yeah, I'm kind of I feel satisfied with what I did there.
Yeah.
So he doesn't bullshit around with it.
He
Or
didn't
really
even
drunk,
wanna-
but he did.
He didn't even want to come back. Ugh,
Hey, listen.
that was awful.
Rhea, what's up?
Yeah,
up?
get on
Rob
the show.
Zombie, I would say
You're
right now,
okay.
Rob-
I'm asking you, Rhea, right now. If type a code in the chat if you're not if you're being is this Rhea at the keyboard? I need to know.
Yeah, that
was
movie's
awful.
not good. It's really
That movie
bad.
sucked. And it just looked disturbing. It looked like you were on some kind of trip. I
Yeah,
don't
but
do
if
drugs.
Rob
I don't
Zombie
do
was-
drugs, and
I-
I was checking my cup. I was like, what the hell?
If Rob Zombie was gonna make a monster movie, he just should have made it a full on hard all zombie movie. Like he always does, white trash.
In defense of the Munster movie, if you watch the old Munster shows, it's pretty dead on.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's good.
Okay, now I know you were partaking in something because I grew up on those Monster movies, and his version of them, just I don't know, it just felt like I was waiting for House of a Thousand Corpse music to start coming on. It was just weird, man. I just didn't get the right feeling that I was supposed to get with the Monsters. And I know he did it. He does these things because he loves them. He grew up with them, but I'm like, you're Rob Zombie, and too much
should
Rob
have just
Zombie
made it a
bled
white trash
into that.
family. That would have made it 10 times better, a white trash family, like he always does.
I watched that and I'm like, dude. And like I said, I like Rob Zombie. I really wish he just does his own IPs though. When he's doing his own IPs that he comes up with, writes, directs, he's in his own universe. But when he does other ones, like his Halloween,
I was about to ask that. You must have loved his Halloween.
trash.
Yeah, I love this Halloween movie.
His Halloween
His
1 and 2 were pure hot garbage.
I thought the first one was okay. The second one I hated.
Dude, I love
no.
the second one. The second one's my second favorite.
The other one was cheap dog food. They were both sucked.
His second Halloween movie is probably the third best Halloween movie in the franchise. I loved his direction he took the franchise.
No, you got to be kidding me, man.
Yes.
All right, I'm done with you tonight as far as taking you seriously. You can go ahead and talk. You can go ahead and stay on the panel, but I'm done taking you seriously because you're no.
Hey, man.
No.
He took some big swings with that one. I appreciate that. That's what I like when Halloween takes big swings like that. That's more the Halloween
when they
movies I
miss-
appreciate.
Chappie,
Yeah.
you can't be serious, Chappie. You can't be
I'm
serious,
down.
bro.
Oh
Like,
my god.
Come on, dude.
Yeah,
I'm still
How do you
dealing with
think-
Rhea. Rhea, you got to come on a panel, and I got to actually see it's you.
yeah.
That you're okay.
Halloween 2 is that the whole franchise because it's kind of a choose your own adventure because they keep they retcon or semi reboot regularly.
Because I love Halloween 1, and I like I like both of Rob Zombie's movies, and I like the new Halloween trilogy. Those are all the movies I like. The rest of them are.
I did not.
Trash.
I wasn't too hot on Halloween Ends. I actually wrote an article about it on Screen Rant at the time where I said they're Halloween Ends are like they're individual elements in here. They work better in a different movie, like with like the kid who like becomes like the pariah in the town for accidentally killing the smaller kid at his house. It's like that could work, I think, just in a different Halloween movie.
The first of his trilogy, when John Carpenter came back and did the 2018 movie, right? You were on. That was okay. That was good. Halloween Kills and Halloween's End. I can't. I need a new word of suck. I need a new description of suck
Like quite
to
go that
describe.
far.
No,
You should have-
those
It
movies
wasn't that
blew.
bad, man. They
Yes,
were
they
pretty good.
were. Evil dies tonight, and then it led into that. And what about that last scene where they're all attacking Michael Myers? What you guys gonna figure out after what all of you die that maybe this was a bad idea? The movie sucked. I mean, it was such a huge disappointment too, because from the 2008 movie, you're gonna make a trilogy to this, and I come in expecting more of that, and I got Sesame Street with a butcher knife. And a
Yeah,
white
but
mask.
it was something different. It was unique. That's
No,
what I
listen,
liked about
different
it.
is
It
not
was-
enough. Different is not enough. Oh, stop it! It has to be good. You just can't be different. It has to be good. If it's
Yeah, but
awful and
it
different,
took some big swings. I appreciate that.
okay,
I like
listen,
the
with these
direction they
swings,
took
you
it
and
in.
these damn swings. That movie was horrible, dude. I remember
I'll take
sitting
it
in
over
the
the
movie.
Last Jedi any day.
I was sitting,
Tony-
dude.
Wait,
The okay, no,
You got Michael Myers
No.
in chat now. This is
No,
probably
yeah,
no.
he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk. That movie was
That's fair,
horrible. And Halloween Ends is just outright. Like I said, I need a new word for bad to describe.
And actually, I think
Halloween's
that came
End.
out like right around the time Black Adam did, and Black Adam's totally overshadowing Halloween that year.
It's
Yeah, but they still make money. I think End still make plenty of money, right?
I don't think they spent any money making it. They definitely.
Well, it's
Hey, William.
Blumhouse, so they usually make their budgets back. So
With Blumhouse, they make everything for like $6 at a paperclip.
But here's the thing:
Horrend-
though, just taking risk is not good enough. You it has to turn out into a good product in order for it not to suck. Go ahead, Cliff.
I got a question for Brad, right? Would you take Halloween over Scary Movie? And if they were to reboot the Scary Movie franchise or even the Halloween franchise, would you accept them?
So is that like two questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first would I take
The answer is
Halloween over
no
Scary
to
Movie?
both.
Would I take more Halloween over Scary Movie?
Yeah.
Yes, hell yes, I would take.
I
well,
don't
we
want
all
either
know
one
the
of them.
answer. He despised that franchise.
Yes, so that's it's
Even
yeah.
though we all love
right.
it, we all think it's good.
And the
but
sec-
he
the second
hates
one.
it.
We all
And
think
the
no, there's no we all. Okay, it's like if there are people. It's anyone who.
No, the first four are good. 5 is trash. That's the only one that's.
Go ahead,
Oh.
Cliff, because you were saying something before that.
God,
question.
it's like the scary movie fixation, man. That's like I can't get my head around anyone who's gonna die on that hill of that series.
Go ahead, Clint.
Oh, I was just going to say horrendous. Is that a good word?
There you go. There you
Yes.
go. 'Cause those last two Halloween movies were absolutely garbage.
Well, what was your second question, Taladia?
If obviously you said Scary Movie that you don't want to see that. If they were to reboot it and make it better, would you watch it? Over if Halloween were
Well, then it wouldn't be a spoof. The movies that they're spoofing already exist and are good. So you would kind of defeat.
Well, also, I mean, like you make it better than the original. Okay, but like by what margin are you making it better? Are you going from like here to here, or it's?
Well, maybe they'll bring back the Wayans
Yeah.
guys. Who knows?
Well, why would that make it better?
Because
We
they're
will
good
tell-
at doing their job.
We will
and
tell
they
Brad.
did terrible the first three.
Yeah, but they
or
did
however
good
many
with the
times.
first two. And Dave
One at a time,
Arcega,
guys. One at a
Oh,
time.
God,
Clint.
Go on, Clint.
We will tell Brad that it's much better than Scary Movie 1, no matter what its quality is.
I mean, I probably would sit it out either way. So it's is it the choice of like if they promised Rush you making Scary Movie good now, the choice between that or more Halloween? Yeah, I would still take more Halloween.
I would sit it out too because they both were equally a waste of my time.
Okay, thanks for answering my
seem to
question.
be the only one that's defending all the quote unquote bad Halloween movies.
They're really bad.
They're not bad to me, but that's okay.
That's subjective, I guess.
Tony,
Anybody in chat got anything?
Tony, are you pulling William's leg right now? Come
No.
on, be honest.
No, this is 100% Chappie.
Yeah,
Which
but you know what?
Chappie
It's
Chappie's
okay
partially-
because I also love Salvation, and all you guys hate that
Chappie's
movie,
partially
so-
responsible for me having to suffer through all this scary movie nonsense when we did the charity stuff on that.
Oh no, you could put the blame fully on me, Brad.
Well,
It
yeah,
was
but
both of us.
because Chappie was trying to push back. It's like, no, Brad, you don't get the comedic brilliance of the.
I kept telling you that in those commentaries that we were doing, those watch-alongs. I kept telling you the
You don't get
brilliance
the
of Scary
brilliance
Movie
of
3, and you didn't buy into it.
Hold on, Anthony. I'm sorry, they were both bad. Rob Zombie.
I agree with
And this is
Anthony.
coming. This
I
is
like
coming
both
with
Bowie movies.
from a guy who likes Rob Zombie's work, but I just couldn't do it there. I mean, it just wasn't.
Yeah,
Plus, you were uphill anyway because even the new ones that they did eventually not having Dr.
Aaron.
Sam Lewis, and not
my
having Donald,
my soulmate / my possible long lost sibling.
not having Donald Pleasance as Sam Loomis is eventually going to catch up to you.
Yeah, but I thought they utilized it pretty well in Kills in the beginning, though. How they recreate that opening, they did a good job with that, though.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Ooh, he's so fucking horrible, dude. Like I remember giving a review right out of the theater because I think I was Austin and Brad for that movie.
You know what's crazy about the Halloween season, because I didn't see. I think I saw the first one. To address this real quick, they're going to do like a lot of like the showcase of that tomorrow. But yes, I've been keeping up with it. So
I've attended a Geek Week.
When we know people, we like Scott McClellan of Squadcast and the Anime Stream and ACS. So Williams' rival for like beefing up in nerd communities.
And now when we have them on the screen, we can't have you on because we've all met them. So we can't have them.
But yeah, I'm definitely keeping up with that. I think we all are. But going. What was I saying a second ago? Damn it! You made me lose your thought.
That was hard.
Oh shit! What was I about to say?
That's too young to be losing your train of thought.
No, because I go from one topic to another. It's like, damn it!
Like
Something about it was about Halloween. Oh yeah, so because I didn't see any of the Halloweens. The first one I saw, I think it was a couple months after I got out of high school. It was the Halloween.
I saw that.
It was the Halloween when I turned 18.
I was 6 when I saw them.
Oh, yeah, because you had parents who didn't like give a damn about R ratings.
I saw Halloween 1 and 2 on the same night, and it changed my fucking life.
So we lost Clint. Yeah, when I first became aware of Halloween when I was about 11, because that's around when H2O was coming out, and that came out the same year as The Waterboy. So they called it Halloween H2O. In my mind, I was thinking like, it's clean, it's cold. That's what I call hot quality H2O.
2 movies that needed to wash each other away.
I love me some Adam Sandler. The 2000s were like the golden age for Adam Sandler.
That's what I call hot quality H2O.
If
you allow me to be a water boy, you have to pay me. I'll do it for free.
We should do Angry Management. That's an underrated.
Anger Management. Yeah, that's probably one. That's
no science fiction horror.
Okay. Well, like what has he done that's sci-fi related? He did Click about the remote that he fast forward.
Yeah, Click is good. I like Click.
What else did he do that had kind of a sci-fi or a horror angle? Well,
Little Nicky's probably one of the worst films ever made.
Yeah, it's not one of his better ones.
I mean, I just never, outside of Saturday Night Live and Uncut Gems, that was, I saw that when it was on Netflix. I just really
Uncut Gems is great. That's a hidden gem for sure.
I stay away from him.
Happy Gilmore. Best
So
golf movie.
Look, if there's one comedy that we're gonna eventually do, it's Tropic Thunder. That's the only one that William will watch.
That's it. But it's not. And see, Tropic Thunder, it's not buffoonery. See that's actually it's not like Little Nicky. It's not Waterboy. It's not the nonsense. It's actual.
What have you experienced when you watched Tropic Thunder? Like, what made you want to see it though?
The commercials, the trailers. Just seeing Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, it was Robert Downey Jr. playing, and I didn't know
Scott's another dude.
Yeah, I did not know what that was Tom Cruise at first because I saw it on a pre-screening. So I didn't know they didn't let that out, and then a lot of people if you look in the thing, he wasn't credited at first. He wasn't credited until after the movie came out when he's Les Goldman. Because like I said, I didn't figure it. A lot of people were like, I knew that was him just from his voice.
You can do it.
You can do it.
No, you know what? You know what? I always, I always
Okay,
wanted to do this.
we're gonna have
I
to
always
ban
wanted to
that
do
shit
this
on
with the Snyder cut. Is it's the part when they defeat Steppenwolf and when like Aquaman gets him up with the trident and Superman punches him back and Wonder Woman's coming in with the sword. I always want to like take the audio from Waterboy and say, "You can do it! Cut this fucking head off!"
You should do an edit of that.
Wow.
You should do an edit of that. That would be nice.
Well, see,
Aspirations.
I always thought it'd be like one of those things like CinemaSins does, where they go through like the whole thing, and then at the end they have like a montage where they edit in audio from different sources, just over a couple of different clips from the movie. And I thought that'd be perfect. It's like for Zack Snyder's Justice League, that you can do it, cut this fucking head off.
Oh wow! I never thought the show would devolve to the point where Waterboy gets more than.
I also love the
2
hot chick.
seconds
That's another
on
good
there.
one that I love.
All
That's
right,
a
hold
pleasure.
on, hold the fuck up. We got to knock this shit off. All right, we're bringing up bullshit. Stop, stop.
We could always bring up Lord of the Rings.
Well, that's fantasy.
I'm not ready to go to bed yet.
It's fantasy.
Yeah, I don't need to be put to
We
sleep.
can
No, I'm just
bring
kidding.
back. We can talk about.
I don't,
I
Chappie.
don't
You're
know.
flirting with extinction. You're flirting with extinction.
Well, the rings are a trap. That's the fun. That's the interesting part about it, William.
Oh yeah, they've always. I mean, they've always been
How about
corrupting.
Friday 13?
We did
Because
Friday the 13th.
I just got the Arrow Blu-ray release of the remake just recently.
Aaron,
Okay.
Aaron, it's such a stupid movie, but I love it.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Adam Sandler, man, like 90s and 2000s
God,
were
it's so
definitely his
stupid.
best year. That was definitely
Billy
his best
Madison is one of
decade.
the stupidest movies of all time, and I laugh my ass off at it.
Mhm.
I tried, William.
Oh, back to school, back to school. I'm not a
All right.
fool.
We
Hey,
are
do you
going
like
to
Bullet?
fucking
Wait, what's that
cease.
one?
We are
what's
going
that
to
one movie he
cease.
did with,
We are
Damien?
going to cease Adam Sandler talk. We are done with that. I'm muting, dumping every. Don't fuck.
Kind of like this Bigelow. You man whore, right?
All right, I'm dumping every. I'm Brad. I just don't. All right, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna help you guys out. Here we go.
Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock. We're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the.
All right. Is there anything in there? Anything in that theme song that indicates the bullshit we are talking about
Well, there's Coneheads.
has
There's
a
sci-fi
place
fantasy.
in here? Did you see any Adam Sandler anything? Did you see any buffoonery in that intro? Is there anything that indicates buffoonery
I like
in
what
the
he said
title
too.
of the show?
The best performance
No,
of Billy Idol
there is
by
not.
far.
There is not.
All the goofballs sitting in front of the store with the plastic lightsaber. That's pretty buffoonery.
We are going to cease this nonsense, and we are going to talk science fiction, horror, fantasy,
Okay, so
not
bring it back to that.
buffoonery,
Bring it back to that. The Raid and Life After Fighting, pretty awesome, aren't they?
which are not science fiction, horror,
Well, they're
fantasy.
damn sure not buffoonery.
Okay, do we need to start the same song over again? Are we not understanding this tonight? Are the skulls
told
thicker
you.
around the world tonight?
I told you guys, let's do Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh,
When
yeah,
did you say that? When did you say that? At any point during this conversation, you'd have said that, we would have been in a different place tonight.
Or if we should do Black Hat, that would be a good one. I'm gonna put up
Nah,
some
that
money
won't-
for that one.
that
Like
won't
Black
be
Hat is like that might be like one of the coolest movies I've
That's-
ever seen in my
That's
entire
like
life.
that's like hackers, and you know.
Mhm.
with
Yeah,
a
but it's
big
technically it's cyber thriller. Cyber is kind of like technology and stuff, but that technically counts as science.
No, this is not science fiction. What? Come on. I mean, we've been at this for a little bit now. Come on. Do I have to explain? I have not seen or nor have any plans to see Beetlejuice 2, so I can't speak.
How would you feel if we did Cloverfield?
Wow.
It's sci-fi and it's horror.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like I said, they made some really weird choices. Don't get me wrong, Cloverfield's not a bad movie. Cloverfield is like a borderline classic. I just don't like what they did with it. Found footage is trash. So number
I
one.
like
So let's
found
get that off
footage,
the
man.
doors. Okay, I didn't
Parkinson
say
Cam.
yeah.
How
Yeah,
dare
there you
you?
go. There you go. Found footage is trash. 2, it's a monster movie with I counted about 6 minutes and 30 seconds of monster and a bunch of human interactions.
Yeah, but the human characters are good. You care about them, man.
No, they're
Like
fucking stupid. We've gone.
Oh, I
over
wanted them all to die.
this. Yeah, they all needed to die. We have
I mean,
gone
Hud
over
is
these
kind of a
movies.
buffoon, but like he's kind of
All of
charming
them
in a
are
way.
idiots. Every single person in that show, once they decide to go save Beth, they all labeled themselves as
Beth-
morons, and they all needed to die.
Yeah, but Beth was cute, man. She was a good person.
Beth was
He
dead.
had to save
Hey, listen,
her.
of course. No, why? Why?
He was her boyfriend.
She's about to leave to go to Tokyo and leave her behind anyway. So now, she's impaled by rebar. And they went back to get her, and why the army is leaving. Wherever the army is going, that's where you need to be going. You don't need to be going towards anything that the army has decided. Fuck it, we're out of here. Okay. 2, they're all stupid. They all died stupid deaths. The one idiot, when the building is like collapsed onto each other, that diagonal shit, the dumbest one amongst them comes up with an idea to get to Beth. I'm like, he hadn't had a good idea for the whole movie, and you're now going to listen to him now? They literally were calling him.
He's recording all the shots for like when someone gets
way
the
he
camera,
says it
they
too,
can
it's
watch
the
it
way-
for video proof.
And then the way he says it too, it's like he's like, well, maybe if like we can go like up the top of this one and cross over on the roof and get down to her floor, and they're like, that's good. And he's trying to take. He's like, wait, I take that back. I didn't mean to put that out.
Yeah, and they were desperate and dumb, and I'm like,
hey man, you gotta also give it credit, man. That was Matt Reeves' directorial debut.
hey, listen. One of my favorite directors has a horrible debut too in Alien 3, so it's not like I'm glad he got better.
Alien 3 is a great movie. Hey man, that's the best Alien movie in the franchise. I'm sorry, dude.
Okay, so you're on Avatar right now, and you're laughing while you're typing this shit. So
No,
I know you're
I'm
not
being serious.
You're not
If you
being
watch the
serious right
assembly
now.
cut, it's legit the
No,
best
you
Alien
did-
movie of the franchise.
He's not
Alright.
taking it seriously.
I can't take you serious. I've already committed to
I'm
not taking
serious,
you
guys.
You're not serious right now.
I'm being
Look at you.
dead
See, you
serious.
can't even say it with a straight face. You can't even say it with a straight face. If that's the straightest, most serious face you're gonna give me, then no. You know it ain't the best movie. Cardboard dog
I'll
alien.
pull up my DVD. I'll show you my Blu-ray of it, but nah.
You've already shown it. I don't need to see it.
Don't worry. We believe you have bad taste, Chappie.
Or I
Thank
think
you.
I think you're just fucking with me tonight, but that's okay.
Right.
Nah.
Okay, see, Ray has gone off the deep end. I am now questioning whether this is even her at her computer.
And by the way, she mentioned why she couldn't.
Who you guys think should play Mr. Freeze in the
What?
Batman 2?
Hold on, what couldn't she?
Sorry.
What she could? Are you coming back to Vegas, or where's your sister at? It's 6:40 a.m. That's too fucking early. Oh my goodness, you guys are totally.
Oh, guys, look, someone brought up
Destroying
Hubie Halloween. Hubie Halloween's great. I like Hubie Halloween. That's an Adam Sandler movie. People are still bringing up Adam Sandler in chat.
Why? Why are you guys bringing up that? Why? Do I need to continue to put the theme song on loop?
Bulletproof.
Yeah,
Halloween.
All right, see, you know what?
Happy Gilmore too.
Hold on. I don't care if she has a wrench or not. I'm timing Aaron out. Aaron, you have 300.
Don't you dare
Aaron,
time
you have
my-
300 seconds to think about this.
Don't you dare time my sister out.
corrupting my chat with all this Adam Sandler nonsense.
You dare time my sister out.
Don't you do it, man. Adam Sandler's one of the nicest dudes ever. You can't do
I'm
that.
not saying he isn't. This movies. Come on, dude.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Ray says my sister lives in SoCal, so I'll be back in Vegas. Hopefully with her soon too.
Okay, cool. Wow, 6:30 flight. Damn, guys, these early flights, boy. I'll be dead. I will be Benadrylled into a semi-Benadryl coma. All right.
I got to be up at 7.
Oh, for medical stuff.
Yeah.
When does Twilight of the Gods come out? It comes on Netflix in about 15 minutes.
For that mean Thursday?
Yes. Let's
No,
see.
Chappie, it's Monday. It means Monday. You want to mess with me? I'm going to mess with you.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like he seems like he still is coming back to Warner Bros. He's gonna do that 300 prequel
Yeah.
series, so that's nice.
We were talking about that earlier, yeah. And like as William said, the fact that the management is, they're the people who, screwed him over the first go around, are not there anymore. That's obviously
the people who made it possible for the current people to even be there are not there anymore, because those people helped drive down the 74 billion. Man, that's a breathtaking amount of money. Not only did you drive it down from that value, you drove it the other way into that. You literally were a backwards administration. You literally, just.
Well, that's all because you hired a theme park dude. Think about that for 1 second. You hired a theme park guy to run your STAM studio. Like, what the? Who the
Disney.
fuck thought of that, man? What did the?
Well, hiring Kevin Tisciara was the
well, and the fact that he was a theme park dude, as we now know, that's the least of his problems from when he was there.
Wait a minute, was Tisciara a theme park guy?
Yeah, he was at Six Flags.
Oh, geez, I never even knew that.
Well, at least Toby Emmerich. At least I can understand why they hired Toby Emmerich, because at least he worked at New Line. Like I could see why they would want to get him.
He had a resume. Toby Emmerich is not a complete idiot. He's not an idiot at all. None of that.
I mean, kind of is.
They just weren't. They were just people who were put in positions they should have never been in, and they did the things that people who don't belong in certain places do. And like I said, they should have been gone a lot. It shouldn't have taken a merger to get rid of them. But they were friends with people, and those are people who brought in other people, and Jeff Johns and all these other pseudo people who, like I said, I think Jeff Johns ruined his career by getting involved in things he just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I would say so.
I agree with you there.
And speaking of people ruining their careers, I mean, he's
Diddy. He's now in prison now. Yeah.
Apparently, he's like accused of like 8 different forms of like sex trafficking.
Okay, time out, because we're already probably just by having Chappie on, we're probably demonetized.
It's pretty much was all Kelly all over again. That's all I'll say.
It's who?
It's pretty much the situation.
No.
I mean, almost that situation.
Time out. Everybody gets their day in court. Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever decade you want to call him on, he right now stands accused, not convicted. He gets his Fourth Amendment. We shouldn't interfere in that. However, if a quarter of the things that are in his indictment are true, he's done for the rest of his life.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got
but I think he's guilty. Like I think he lost the case.
It's not up to me. No, he's getting his day in court. I'm just saying if any of the things that it's only going to take 1 or 2 of those convictions, and they got more indictments that they're hammering down on him. He's going to be in prison for the rest of his life if he is convicted of any one of those.
Yeah, but you have like a smorgasbord of things he's charged with right now.
Anytime they bring racketeering against you, that means that they've gotten other people to flip. Somebody flipped on Puff Daddy or P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him. I come from the old school Puff Daddy. Because racketeering, mostly, go back to all the mob cases and everything else, they build those cases by going to other people saying, we know you were there. We're going to put you in a cage for a very long time. You need to tell us what you know. Because racketeering, you don't have to be directly involved. You just have to be overseeing the organization that is. So his people, his entourage, somebody. But then they have affidavits. They raided. They collected evidence from both coasts, both Miami.
Yeah, they found like stuff like this.
That alone, freaky, but not necessarily. But there's other things that they have against them. You can look at the indictment. The indictment is there. But yeah, he gets his day in court. We're not going to bring up P. Diddy too much because there's some sort of details I don't feel like going into.
It's a sensitive topic, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, YouTube is probably right now. Diddy's probably demonetized.
Yeah, so he gets his day in court, but again, as William said, it's like if even a fraction of the things
Yeah,
he's accused of are he gets convicted on, it's like then that's like I mean that's game set match.
I mean, you got drug trafficking, you have false imprisonment, you have extortion, you have witness tampering, you have racketeering. All you really need to do is add John Gotti and Salvatore Gavano on there, and that's how they built mob cases. And those guys, when you build a mob case, the mob knows you're after them, so they keep themselves clean enough, and then they still get caught. P. Diddy's no mobster. Yeah, so he gets his Fourth Amendment. Listen, innocent till proven guilty, but
yeah, when the thing is, it's really I mean because he didn't really have like any like mass like significant like legal he had legal issues he bumped into in the early 2000s, but as far as like criminal indictments,
I was done with that guy when I saw him on film beating his woman
yeah
and kicking her, and I'm like, I don't care what you ever get found guilty of or whatever court case, I'm done with you. When you're kicking on, literally I'm watching you beat a woman, get her on the ground and kick her. I'm done with it.
You're always about that though. Like you never want to like beat up a woman or like strap her or anything.
Yeah, and also, you know what else you don't want to do with a woman? What we're seeing in Clint's image right now.
Oh,
You asked me to change it, Brad.
Oh, bestiality. Hey, here you go. But he's an
Anyway.
alien.
Anyway,
Yes,
going back to it though. Yeah, give him his day in court, like I said, but it doesn't look good. It does not look good.
So this avatar is brought to you by Brad.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You cannot.
Yes,
blame
it
that.
is.
I gotta find a documentary of what happened to the people who worked on this murder. Yeah, so some of those guys, two of those guys, they almost beat the hell out of each other, and then they disappeared. They got in a fight, and then it was like they broke him up, and you never saw him again.
You know where I first discovered he was Puff Daddy at the time. I first
we got to get off of this.
Came across him was when the '98 Godzilla came out, and he did "Come with Me" with Jimmy Page. That's pretty much how I discovered both of them. Was through Godzilla.
I was gonna off topic, but I was gonna tell you like the people who beat up each other with Sin Steinberg and Frank Price. But I just find it so absurd because like they were the ones who greenlight the script, so like why should they
not because neither one of them wanted to take the blame for it. They were basically fighting over who would take the blame. That's how bad the situation was. When you're ready to beat the hell out of somebody to not be part of something, to not get credit for something, that's how bad that something was.
But was it really that bad?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was really that bad.
I'm not saying it's good. No. Stop right there.
No, Chappie,
right
we will not.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's terrible.
Chappie.
It's terrible.
You are not legally allowed to have a take this hot tonight or any night.
You can't even get it out without laughing. Dude.
No.
You're
You're making me laugh so hard. No, I'm not saying it's good, but I don't think it's terrible.
terrible.
No, we are not.
It's not. It's not
Dude,
terrible. It's watchably bad. That's all I'll say.
There's a duck flying a plane, and he can't fly.
No, that's bad. Yeah.
No. There's a duck with boobs. There's a duck that has to resist
the
designations of a human woman. What's going to happen there? Forget about whatever's going to happen if Mrs. Piggy and Kermit have a kid. That's going to be a monstrosity. Is that what you want? Is that the kind of movie you want? Remember, you saw Romulus. You saw Romulus, didn't you? You saw with the Offspring.
Yeah, okay.
That's where Howard the Duck is headed for it. All right, that was gross. The implications were nasty, and the movie wasn't good. I mean, it was really, and it gets worse as you watch it.
And it's coming again in October.
Yes. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be glorious.
Yeah, but you're not going to be here because it's a good movie. You're going to be here because it's a bad movie.
I mean, listen, William. I mean, it brought Ruth into our lives, so I guess it can't be all bad.
I wonder what was going on in that woman's life that night. Everything else must have been really. Everything must have been going really bad that night. It must have been rain and lightning and thunder and nothing. Power's out. I don't know, man. What the hell happened there?
Well, if we'll watch Jaws 3D, I'll put up money for that one. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one of the Jaws sequels.
Well,
Oh,
Jaws
boy.
Revenge, where the Jaws, the damn shark is like, I'm gonna find you, Missy.
I'm gonna track you
can't
all the way
kill
from
my-
New
yeah.
York.
Yeah,
to
that was-
Bahamas.
Get you.
that was
I'm gonna
awful.
go into waters that sharks can't survive in and hang out and find you because you. And guess what? I'm gonna come all this way, and guess what? Guess what, lady? All you have to do is not come in the fucking water, and I lose. I lose. It's over with.
Just think about
Listen, he has, like,
just think about how
psychic connection
how
with the
far that
shark.
is to swim from Martha's Vineyard all the way down to the Bahamas.
And I'm
That's,
like,
that is a trip of like at least 3,000 miles.
Like, think
Yeah.
about that. Someone wrote that down and thought that was a great idea, and someone
80s,
like
man.
that. Like, what the fuck?
well, Jaws 3 in 3D with orcas and dolphins and the
Yeah, but
sharks.
that was always cool. Like, that had a good premise. I mean, it
No,
wasn't
it
really
didn't. They were-
executed well,
Jaws
but it had a
invade
good
SeaWorld.
premise.
Jaws invade SeaWorlds with the 3 deadliest creatures known to man that can kill a great white in like 2 seconds.
That was like a giant shark. There's no way
No.
that.
No, orca can literally. Have you ever seen like when you open up the can and the dogs just lick the shit out of it and they're moving the can all over the bottom of the floor because it's all gone? That's what an orca does to a black one, and they eat the liver too. They just share the shit out of it. And dolphins are way smarter, they're way faster, and they can just bludgeon the shark to death. Once the shark stops moving, it can't breathe. It dies. Boom. It's
Yeah.
movie over. So yeah, whatever.
I mean,
now
I
this has got to be a hot take.
Yeah,
This has got to be.
that's
We got to be
hot
pulling our
take.
leg. There is
Well,
a
that's
Jaws.
what this stream has turned into. The stream has turned into.
Hey, but yes, Aaron is. You are correct. This mutation that would have resulted from that. mutation.
Okay, Aaron. It's still enough duck for this not to be going down.
I mean, I like Jaws 3D the best. That's all I'll say. I like that one out of all the crappy Jaws
No,
sequels. Even 2, I'll take it over 2 any day.
To me, is that there is one Jaws movie, and that's all there will ever be.
Dolphins actually killed. Yes, dolphins.
Yeah.
Most whale, like I said, a killer whale can do a job on just about anything. It people think the great whites are the alpha predator. No, the killer whale is the alpha predator in there. It's way bigger than the great white. It's way faster, and it can literally, like I said, it can sneak up on them, and they're smart. They know whenever you see they used to tag the sharks and they were wondering why the sharks going this way, and then they figure out there's a killer whale that they tagged and it's in the vicinity. It's just So and guess what? SeaWorld has plenty of dolphins and killer whales. So,
Well, just that one shot too. I mean,
Oh
that
yeah, the
instant shot
3D
of
shot.
just
That one's my favorite. Like the shark is going slowly and
going
then
about this
stops.
fast to the
It wasn't my favorite when I'm sitting in with my 3D glasses, wondering I can just take these off because this is useless.
That is not how you do a 3D shot. Like I don't know, like how.
and
that
then it
had,
freezes.
like, a
The
big
fact that it
bunch-
freezes like this, it goes like, and all that water rushes in behind. It's like no.
Actually, William, sharks are faster and have sharper teeth and do more damage than orcas, but orcas are insanely more smarter than they are.
Yeah.
So that's what wins the battle.
Well, and as Aaron points
Well,
out,
head to head though, head to head,
Ocean.
it's a shark.
they are our
Well,
allies.
that's be. Oh, sorry,
Brad.
Brad.
But as
well,
Aaron
that's-
points out, they're our allies in the ocean.
Well, the only reason why orcas don't eat us is we don't look like food to them.
Well, even sharks, like the only time, I mean, generally
They think we're
sharks
sea
attack.
lions.
Yeah, sharks. They mistake us for like their usual prey, and they just chomp on our foot or something, and they realize their mistake.
Do
But-
you
but-
ever think? I was gonna say, do you ever think they can ever do a sequel to Jaws
No.
as like a legacy sequel? No.
Next
Like a new
question.
one?
Well,
Yeah,
one
like a
thing.
new one, like just to end it on a good note.
Go ahead.
One
Ken.
thing Jaws can take credit for is an inspiration for Alien
Yeah,
in the fact that Jaws didn't show the shark very much. Neither
Yeah.
did Alien show the alien very much.
Well, yeah, but that was also like happenstance with Jaws because it's because the
Oh,
shark.
yeah.
they
But-
couldn't
but
get
it
the
made
shark
it
to
but
work.
that was like a happy accident, though.
Yes, Spielberg said we can't get the shark. Okay, fine, we just won't show the shark. So,
Jaws,
Guys,
think
I've got to head
the-
out. So
yeah.
I'll talk to you guys a bit later.
oh, you're heading out like
Alright,
right when
see-
we can finally
see ya,
start
dude.
talking about the thing. But all right, see you later, man.
No, take care, everyone.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Brad.
All right, see you later, Thoughty. Yes, let me just double check. I gotta wait another minute. So
No, I'm at 12 a.m.
I know.
You
I'm
don't
at
think
12
like,
a.m.
what,
too.
That's
what, yeah,
12:01.
but what would you do in a legacy sequel for Jaws? If you
Not
ever-
go in the water.
Go.
Well, again,
There
like
you go.
William said, like this shark has this brilliant idea for getting revenge on Lorraine and the Brody family, following her all the way down to Jamaica, and she's got the perfect. It's okay. I got the perfect way to beat you. I just won't go swimming.
Yeah, but how come she has like psychic connection with the shark? Like she's like an X-Men.
Bullshit. It's called bullshit.
It's called
It's called movie
Okay.
magic.
Okay, but now that the embargo has officially lifted, William, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. William and I, we have seen Twilight of the Gods.
Oh, shoot.
Yes, we were
How
able
is
to.
it?
We were able to get the screeners, and thank you very much, Netflix, for providing that to us. And yes, I've seen the whole series through. Overall consensus, I really had a lot of fun with it. It's definitely a very. I'm really interested in what like the in kind of
Because one of the voice actors is the girl.
Chabby.
yes,
Chabby, hold
Jimmy,
on. Let the host.
the guy
let the
who's
host-
seen it is talking.
Ty.
I'm really curious about the response in as much as you know the kind of the public perception or the kind of the zeitgeist around Norse mythology or the Norse gods and you know things like that. I think we can all agree is very much in the last decade and a half really has been set by the MCU with the with Thor's role and Loki's role in the MCU and this definitely goes very different, very different route. Like put it this way, Thor, different character altogether in Twilight of the Gods. There are 8, Aaron, or 8 all told, and they are now on Netflix.
We are watching all of them this Saturday.
Yes, we'll be watching them Saturday. It's like because all told it'll be about 4 hours long. So so that would be equivalent to like a a double feature watch party if we did one. So
Donate.
yes, please don't, because that's also part of our charity stream. But I don't want to get too much into the avoiding spoilers, but it's kind of a revenge story in Twilight of the Gods, and I'm really curious. I don't know if Zach has talked about this in the
Did he direct an episode?
He directed 2. It's J. Oliva.
Okay.
They're both the showrunners. And I'm really curious because he talked about Rebel Moon, how heavy metal was a real influence on
This is
Rebel Moon.
way more heavy metal.
Yes, that's what I'm wondering. It's like I don't know if he's said or not if that influenced Twilight of the Gods or Jay Oliva has said that, but I'd be curious to hear them comment on that because I get the sense that the influence from heavy metal that was on Rebel Moon, I think that also really carried over even more so into Twilight of the Gods,
especially with sex.
Yes. Oh, that's.
There's
boy, man.
There's one nudity.
Sausage
Yes,
warning. Sausage warning.
There's what?
Sausage warning. I'll let you figure it
Oh,
out.
yeah.
God. Now you're giving me more hype.
Yeah. Put it this way, guys. This is not. If any of you have kids, this is not something to play with.
Yeah. For episode 1, and they're
Is it as bad as Love, Death and Robots?
No, it's different sex from that.
Yeah.
I know nothing about what is this universe in the gods thing?
Well, what do you mean?
Is it
He's
a
okay.
new
Hold on. No. Explain. So you're meeting somebody for the first time who's never heard of Twilight of the Gods. Just go ahead and give him the overall.
Okay, so it's kind of it's presenting the the Norse mythology of the Norse gods like Thor and Loki and Odin and the humans that interact with them. It's kind of telling a story of the focal point is it's told from the human perspective, and that's really interesting with this because the characters like Sigrid and Leif are sort of the protagonists of it, and it's a little bit like a war against the deities sort of a story. If you are a fan of Thor or the MCU, if that's what you want, from Thor, this is not the show for you.
I think, Clint, be honest with you, given that I'm not going to say it's exactly like Lord of the Rings or anything like that. I think the saga and the pace and the storytelling apparatus, I'm going to bet, and then you can tell me if you get a chance to watch it, I think you might like this. I think the storytelling is from our conversations, I think you might like. I could be wrong, but I think you might like this.
Well, yeah. Lord of the Rings is based on Norse mythology,
and I got a feeling you might like this. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's a story about a ring in Norse mythology, a ring of power and corrupting and everything, and that's where Tolkien got the roots of his story from the mythology to create fantasy.
Give it a watch. Or well, you can watch it with us.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be Saturday. We're gonna
Yeah,
go-
I'll
we'll
check it
finish.
out for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I'll watch it, but I can't listen to you guys and watch it at the same time. So I'll try to get it.
That is kind of tough because I noticed on some of our watch parties that I actually want to see the fucking movie. I have to actually leave the watch party. So it's like, hi guys, I'm hosting a watch party, but I gotta go because what was the movie that we watched where I really wanted to watch it? Was that I don't think it was Beekeeper. I don't think it was.
Beekeeper.
was Beekeeper.
Monkey Man was also one.
Yeah, the movies I actually want to watch. Yeah,
that devil one.
Oh yeah, Late Night with the Devil. Man, that was such a letdown in the last 5-10 minutes.
Dude, that was so good, man. I love that movie. That's definitely my third
I don't
favorite
hate
horror
it.
movie of the year.
I don't hate it, but I really wanted a different ending. I really wanted a different ending on that one, but it was what it was. I still think it was good, and that was a fun watch party.
We should do Strange Darlings. That would be another one you should definitely check out. Strange Darlings was another really good one of the year so far.
Yeah, I think I'll be doing, especially doing Halloween. We're gonna be doing a lot of weekday late night.
Well, we still got Jennifer's Body to do. I put up money for that one. We could definitely do that one on Halloween.
Wait a minute, can we go back to the fact that I'm talking about the show we got to see.
Oh
early.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but William brought it up. Sorry.
Yeah, the heavy metal thing though that really stood out to me is like I feel like that was an even bigger influence on this than it was on Rebel Moon. So the animation is really well done. It's curious to me because it was kind of described when it was announced as an anime, and I don't think it really comes across that way.
No,
I can see the style. I could see why they would just label that.
It's kind of a middle ground, I think, between like Western animation and anime in terms of like the style it takes visually. So and it's it's also, like as I said, it's a not safe for work or not safe for your children show. There's when the trailers promise you sex and violence, you very much get your money's worth in the show.
Full frontal, so
full frontal, yes.
Exaggerated too, by the way.
Yes.
William. I think I will be
Netflix
so offended.
always kills it when it comes to their animated series. That's why I'm always subscribed to Netflix. Like I love their show Love, Death and Robots, Cyberpunk. What was that TV show called? Cyberpunk. It was based on a video game. It was called
2077.
Yeah. That one was great, and they got a couple of good ones that's coming out this year. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. You guys are getting me pumped for it.
Yes, William, I will be totally offended.
No, I don't think you'll care. But like I said, if you don't read those,
don't show it to a Christian person. That's probably the most.
Well, it's a cartoon, and I think a lot of people even still think cartoons. They still have a misnomer that cartoons for kids, and they'll say,
Cartoons are not for kids, man.
If you don't have the parental controls,
to quote Guillermo, animation is art. It is not.
I'm telling you what a lot of parents still think. That what's true, but a lot of parents see animation and they're like, yeah, hey Billy, sit down and watch this. Get out of my face. And now you're showing him Twilight of the Gods, and in the first 15 minutes,
kids getting therapy from it.
They're fucking, and it's
oh my god, yes.
So
and it's not long after that before you get your first decapitation.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood.
Your first of many decapitations. So,
and he can actually tell it. He can tell a much bloodier story in animation than he can in.
I was actually able to see it a little bit before William did. So I was kind of telling him. I was giving him letting him know before he was getting started on the screeners. Like, you will get your 3Ds and then some from Twilight of the Gods. And I could have seen this actually working on Adult Swim as far as like being like a home for Twilight of the Gods.
Actually, you know what? Now that you say that, you know what style it reminds me of? The original Aeon Flux from Liquid Television. That's what it reminds me of a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of Aeon Flux, like, why have they not rebooted that yet? Like, you would think by now, like, they would like revitalize that TV
you're asking
show.
You're asking William to get on board with reboot as a concept. So
I know, but like, it's not like a reboot, but like a revitalize of the show.
I don't think it made any money. I don't think
not the movie, but like the TV show. I know the TV show was really good on MTV. Like, it made a lot of money. So,
well, it never went away. It's still in. You can still catch Aeon Flux on.
That's what I mean. Like, why not do like a revitalize of the TV show? Like, put it on like Netflix or like Paramount Plus. Like, you would think that would.
Because Aeon Flux was totally 90s.
Yeah,
it had its time.
But you don't think that now could be utilized
No.
well?
You get the movie.
Yeah, Aaron, I saw when you shared this with me. It's like, yeah, that does look pretty awesome. So, looking for it's like they got some pretty clever merchandise and they do it at Netflix. So.
One Piece is pretty good too. I actually really like One Piece.
Oh, and Aaron, I'm gonna bring this up. This is a little bit off topic, but because I saw Aaron gave this a like. This is something that happened in the school the other day. Because as you guys know, I am, and I've made Aaron a very big Avatar fan, and this is something I just shared. Because the other day in school, like when I just mentioned, like before class starts, it's like, oh, I'm a big Avatar fan. One of the kids in there, she said she is too, and I said, well, I've seen every episode, and I've seen all of Korra, and she like gives me this, and she's like, I'm like 3 times her size, and she looks up at me like, oh, you want to do a trivia competition? Bring it. So
That's awesome,
and then
dude.
And then she kicked you in the head.
yeah, not me that day, but
Have they seen the new TV show?
yeah, she is. She's, so it's always fun, meeting fellow Avatar fans or creating fellow Avatar fans. Isn't that right, Aaron?
Well, that's what the new show is doing well. It's bringing a new generation of it. So
yeah,
but
especially because the first attempt in live action was god awful.
yeah.
Going back to Twilight of the Gods real quick to kind of cap it off. Yeah, really enjoyed the show. Without avoiding spoilers, I will say that because Jay Oliva in a couple of interviews he's talked about he's and it's gonna be interesting, like with the news of like the 300 show Zach is doing with Warner Brothers. I'm kind of curious, like his involvement in the future of Twilight. I would imagine he would still be attached because I mean he's always spinning like 6 plates at once. But
does it like set up for like a second season?
I won't go into specifics.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say that without a.
Well, it put it this way. It's like they made that. You could tell by the way that this season ends that they made it with the expectation they would get to do at least one more season. Is the way to put it without.
So how are we going to watch it? Are we going to twerk or whatever?
We're going to twerk. I'm not twerking for
Twitch.
you.
No, I don't want to see you twerk ever.
That's
a nightmare.
That is something that I never thought we would have to. We're going to do it on Twitch.
I created an Avatar fan and a Raid fan and a fighting fan and a fan.
All right, stop.
Because Aaron gets it.
We're gonna.
So how are we going to get past the nudity of Twitch banners?
I don't know if that sex scene is that long. Yeah, I guess we'll watch it on Netflix. That's true. It's graphic. Yeah, it's a graphic sex scene. So
it's graphic sex scenes in the movie.
Yeah, and then the first one is like I said. I think once they see that they're gonna be like, oh, we're just gonna take you offline. So we all have it. We all have Netflix, so we all should be good. And then there's trials and shit that we can get. So all right, that's where we're gonna wrap it up. 68 people watching right now. Please come over to
YouTube. Yes, subscribe.
Come over to YouTube, subscribe, and like I said, I don't know what's taking us so long to get to 1,100, but we will be real soon here, possibly by the Saturday show. We could hit 100,000 views on Saturday.
Sounds rad.
That'll be a mad.
It was so nice going out this morning and feeling cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, not needing the air conditioner. Right now, I have a fan on. I'm good right now. So I know
one
we
of
have
the better times I've been on this, and I feel so much better by myself right now. I've not had the best week this past week. I've had a lot of drama going on, and you guys always make my day.
That's what we're here for, Chappie.
Yeah,
even when you come on with some crazy
when you come up with all
when you come on with some crazy shit, you know it's crazy.
I love you guys so much. You guys are the best.
Yeah, I think you're definitely gonna have a lot of fun when we do the watch party of Twilight of the Gods on Saturday. Of course, as part of our AFSB charity drive. So if you can that day, please consider a donation. We'll have the link available.
Thor is in it, right?
Yes, Thor is a character in it. Thor is in it. Loki's in it. Odin's in it. Pretty much the
but doesn't Marvel own Thor?
No,
they own that version of Thor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they own the Thor
like I don't know who created Thor. Like, is that like a pagan god or is that like?
Well, it's a deity. It's a public domain deity.
Yeah.
Thor is a Norse. Nordic people.
Yes, Stan Lee just like took Thor and all the Asgardian deity.
Anybody can do Thor. Anybody
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do Thor. They just can't do one with a silver helmet with
You-
wings.
this Thor, you can't.
blonde when he's
not an
redheaded.
Avenger.
So he doesn't have his hammer though.
Oh, he
Yeah,
has his hammer.
he has-
The hammer's part of the lore. He just doesn't have the hammer that looks exactly like the one that's in
Yeah.
Avengers. So
Oh,
Thor actually doesn't look anything like.
Yeah,
By legend, Thor looks nothing like the
I didn't-
Marvel.
Yeah, in fact, I didn't. This goes to like speaking like how much of an impact the Marvel Thor has had on the public perception of the character. It's like when he first shows up on the show, I didn't realize initially it was Thor until they, other than like once lightning kind of comes in the equation when his debut, that's like okay, that's very obvious it's Thor. And then with his
Thor
hammer,
from Incredible Hulk was silly, but
and then with his hand, oh listen. This is like I was hoping it would do this for me, and I think it definitely did. Is I was saying, please, I need a version of Thor that's gonna just put Thor Love and Thunder and just really wipe that out of my mind.
It's okay. We're gonna get the fifth Thor movie, and it's gonna be so much better. I promise you, Brad. They're gonna make it serious, and they're gonna make it awesome again. I promise.
That's not a high bar, but hey, that's where we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Tomorrow night, so happy it's Thursday. I don't know what we do. One of these days we're gonna do another Matrix movie, but set your calendars for Saturday. Saturday from 1 till completion, we are going to be doing Twilight of the Gods. Spread the word, spread the link. Once I put it out there, bring your wallets and see if we can get to 20 grand.
Yep.
All right, that is it. I will see you guys the next time we see you.
Brad,
Until
Benadryl
then.
is your friend, buddy.
Yeah, please, dude.
Yeah.
And nose spray and a whole bunch of other things. You are
Well,
suffering.
that all sounds very try, guys.
Yeah, whatever it needs to be, sniffing and starting the whole stream. Boy, it's like, man, this poor guy. Yeah,
It really
trying to mute himself too because
I think really mainly it's just a change of the season. So it's like you just going from like the lack of pollen. It's like my body at least kind of has a little bit of an adjustment period.
Like
He's trying
I said,
to mute
Benadryl
himself.
is your friend.
Yeah, I'm about to load up right now. He's trying to mute himself and his timing is off. mute. I'm sorry. I'm partaking in your suffering. As a fellow allergy sufferer, I shouldn't do that. But dude, I got the pink pills.
Kick my ass.
I got the pink pills ready. I want to see 2 and 3 or whatever I'm looking at by the time, because like I said, this is one of them nights where, like I said, I'm in the nosebleed time of year where it dries me up and bad. So, and then like I said, when I'm on equipment and things like that, I can't take the stuff that the VA gives me. The VA gives me shit that's like, if I ever take that while I'm on stream, I'm just gonna be sitting there like, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. It knocks you on your ass, and when you wake up, it's like you never had allergies for that 72-hour period. And but you can't.
Is Loki still himself though? I mean,
Well, it depends on what you think himself is. That's relative.
He's still the god of trickery. I mean,
yeah. Now you got me more curious. Now I want to see this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's where we are. Yeah, there we go. All right, that is it. See you guys tomorrow.